All right, this is a video tutorial on how to incorporate QR codes using Google in your classroom. You might be wondering what a QR code is, and you've seen images like this all over in magazines. Um, as you walk past billboards, there might be these codes. There might be these codes on products you've purchased. A QR code is a quick reader code that uses technology, uses a smartphone, and then it transports you to a specific location on the web. And so here are some examples of QR codes. Now, Google has integrated QR codes as extensions and as part of their products. And so I'm going to show you two of those. One is a Google extension that you can embed in your Chrome, that you can create QR codes that takes you or a student to the place where you want to take them. Also, there's an add-on for Google Sheets, and we'll go over that here in a little bit. But what I want you to do now is, if you haven't already done so, pause this video, click on the link below this post so that you can download either from the Google Play Store for Android or for the Apple Store for iPhone, a QR code scanner, because that's very, very important for you and your students to download so that they could scan the QR codes that you create. Again, those links are at the bottom of this post, so please do that now. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the QR code extension for Chrome. As you're signed in up here, you're going to go over here to the three dots, go down here to More Tools, go to Extensions, and then you're going to go all the way down to the bottom to get more extensions, and you're going to search QR code. The QR code extension right here, you can add that to your Chrome. It says it's been added. And what this does is it creates a QR code for every website that you would like a QR code for. For example, if I'm teaching Call of the Wild and I found this really, really awesome infographic on the internet and I want them to take a look at this, then I can click this QR code. And right here, I have the option of taking a screenshot or screen grab of this QR code. Now, what I would do is I would go down to my welcome menu, go to the snipping tool, grab this QR code, and then go over to my drive, open up a new Google document, and paste it into my new Google document. Now, so I don't get confused, what I'm going to do is I'm going to label this QR code infographic for Call of the Wild. Now, you might be saying, well, why would I do that? Well, why can't I just post a link on Google Classroom and I would be done? What I would possibly do is find an infographic for Call of the Wild. If we're studying, if they're doing book clubs, I would find an infographic for another novel or another website, or maybe a couple of different places for them to go if all we're studying is Call of the Wild. And then maybe one website is talking about theme, and one website is talking about the characters, and one website is talking about the motifs, and one website is talking about the setting. And so what I would do is I would have these printed, put them around the room, and have a 21st century gallery walk where on the front screen are prompts that I want the students to answer. Maybe, consider the content of the website and discuss the implementation of those things in the reading so far. Maybe it would be a prompt question. And then all of these QR codes are hanging around the room. They're in small groups. At least one student needs to download the QR code scanner. They scan it, and they can talk about those specific websites that you want them to go to. Because sometimes if we have them in front of a computer, we say, okay, go to this website, they're on this website or they're on that website, and this really focuses on them. It also gets them up out of their seat, gets them talking in a collaborative way. So using that 21st century technology to get them up and moving. All right, so that's Google, the Chrome extension, the QR code extension. All right. So another way that you can use this is in Google Sheets. I have my Google Sheet open. As many of you know, there are many add-ons with Google Sheets. So if I was to go to an add-on section, if I click Get Add-ons, and I would also search for QR code, QR code generator. I'll click that. I'll allow. And what I'll do is I'll click Start, my add-on. And it tells me, select a cell or a single column. Values in the selected range will be encoded into QR codes. So for example, if I want to use the same principle, the same idea of having the students up and moving around, I would think about the goal. What is the learning goal? What is the learning goal of the QR codes? Because it can't just be a fun and fancy tool. And so what is that goal? Is it an academic conversation? Or maybe it's a study session for the exam on Call of the Wild. And so maybe this column is going to be all devoted to the characters. So if I have Buck and Curly, and so if I have this one right here, if I click save as a document, save as a PNG, if I was to generate that, and then I have my QR code that's generated. Now, if I was to scan that, and the name that should come up is Buck, because I have that right here. Now, I could have this whole list of characters all filled out, and then when the students scan that, then they see all the characters, and then you might instruct them with a prompt, discuss the significance of these characters, or you might even have a specific question. What I might do is I would go back over here and I might have a question posed. Maybe it says, which of these characters is not, does not evolve over time in the novel. And so if I was to print a whole list of characters, if I was to include 3 or 4 characters, and they choose a character that does not evolve, who's a static character, then I would they would have that discussion with their group. What I could do is I could make these, cut them into strips and put them around the room. So I've created a little prompt, and I've given them a multiple choice, and so you can be innovative, and those are just the thoughts that I had regarding that. Okay, so this tutorial was on how to create your how to add the Google QR code extension, as well as the add-on for Google Sheets.